that episode was genuinely perfect, like one of the best pieces of Star Wars content we have ever seen. But with any good episode comes a lot of potentially good theories, so yeah, I'm going to speak about them in this video. Let's go. So we're starting off with Grogu. Will he take the chainmail armor and go back to Din, or will he take Yoda's lightsaber, cool detail by the way, and become a Jedi? Well, if he took the chainmail armor and returned to Din, that would explain where he is in the sequel trilogy without having to kill him off to Kylo Ren, but I think he will take the lightsaber purely because Mando Season 3 doesn't have any place for Grogu to fit in. Think it's going to be action-packed, lots of fighting, especially with Din having the Darksaber and trying to reunite Mandalore. He would just get in the way, and I can't see Din just dropping him off to Peli or the Frog Lady to babysit him for what probably will be months. So as of right now, Grogu will not be returning to Din Djarin in my opinion, because he doesn't fit in Mando Season 3. Din has got a lot of fighting to do, and he can't do that with Grogu in the bag on his shoulder. Does this mean that Din and Grogu will never cross paths again? Absolutely not. Does this mean that Grogu will be a Jedi for the rest of his life until he dies to Kylo Ren's blade? No. But as of right now, he is going to pick the lightsaber and he is going to stay with Luke. But I know a lot of people disagree, so let me know your take on it in the comments. My next theory comes in the form of what episode 7 will look like and a potential post-credit scene. So, I think it's wartime. You know, both sides are assembling the troops, and speaking of troops, I think the people of Mos Pelgo are coming to help Boba. You saw the look on the Weequay's face after Cad Bane did what he did. They want revenge, so they're going to help out, and this will lead to Boba winning the war. He will deal the final blow, the final shot or whatever in front of the people of Mos Espa, winning the war against the Pykes and getting the respect he deserves as the Daimyo. Now this does not mean his job as the Daimyo is finished, because the Mayor still exists and he is off-world, so he's still going to be a threat, and Crimson Dawn is behind it all. I am sticking with the theory. I know a lot of people have ditched it because of episode 6, but I'm sticking with it. I think Crimson Dawn is behind it all. I don't think they'll play a huge role in this episode, but I think they will in a season 2 that gets announced in a post-credit scene. I could see in a post-credit scene, the last surviving Pyke is like running away, eventually like manages to flee, pushes a button down, and Qi'ra pops up on a hologram, and the Pyke informs her, you know, we've lost the war against Boba, and then she decides she needs to take further action to secure Tatooine as a place for the Pykes and Crimson Dawn to run their spice. Now Qi'ra herself is a huge threat. She was trained by Darth Maul, dueled and complemented by Darth Vader, so her alone already could cause a bit of chaos to Boba and the crew. Now given that she is a good duelist, I could definitely see her having a fight with Din Djarin with the Darksaber in Season 2 once he gets a bit better with it, if the Mandalorian Season 3 didn't exist. But it does, therefore Din Djarin probably doesn't have a place in Book of Boba Season 2, but she still will fight to prove that she is a threat in herself, because we haven't really seen it much on screen. We got a little bit in Solo, and not everyone has read the comics. So who will she fight? Well, I got two ideas. Fennec Shand. If she manages to easily beat someone like Fennec Shand, someone that's proved herself to be very capable, beating Cad Bane in the Bad Batch, showing herself to be at least equal to Boba in the Book of Boba Fett, we would be very impressed. Or alternatively, she uses her size disadvantage to her advantage against Black Krrsantan and beats him. Now, I'm not saying she'll kill them, but just besting them would be very impressive. And as an audience, we would be like, hold on, you just beat who? Okay, you're dangerous. And that would be representative of the whole of Crimson Dawn. Now before we get into the next theory, if you've made it this far into the video, there is a 2,187% chance, see what I did there, that you have enjoyed the video. So if you have, then please do leave a like and subscribe if you are new. Thank you for doing that. And before we move on from the final battle, I think the female Tusken Raider could show up. We never saw her body. She would be the one that would have the most impact on Boba if he saw the body of them. So we would have saw her body if she did die. So I think she's alive and she could show up. I mentioned ages ago that I think she could be in the final battle and end up sacrificing herself or just dying in the battle, leading to Boba's victory. So I'm going to stick with that theory for now. Boba Fett versus Cad Bane. It's probably already happened once in the galaxy based on what Cad Bane was wearing in the Bad Batch. You know, the Clone Wars deleted scene battle, that probably has happened, as that did explain why Boba got the dent in his head, and like I said, what Bane was wearing in the Bad Batch. So are we going to see their rematch on screen in the Book of Boba Fett? Maybe. I think it could definitely happen. Now, you know, Cad Bane's last two fights on screen have both been Western standoffs, like the deleted scene in the Clone Wars, one against Hunter, one against Cobb Vanth, potentially foreshadowing this fight to occur, and it may be the last fight that Cad Bane ever has, because realistically, Boba's going to survive, so if this happens, Bane is going to die, which is part of the reason why I don't want it, at least for now, because we only just got Cad Bane in live action, and he's really cool, and I want him to live. So, if a Season 2 does get announced, then I would be more than happy to see this occur. What I'd like to see more in Season 1 of the Book of Boba Fett is Bane absolutely going off in this final battle, showing how good he is, using all of his weapons, maybe showing his age as well, but showing how advanced his weaponry are, until eventually the Pykes lose and he manages to escape, and potentially during the battle manages to kill someone that I will mention later. Now, Cobb Vanth is definitely not dead. You know, Cad Bane only shot him once in the shoulder, and he shot the other guy 7 times. He could have easily done the same to Cobb Vanth just to ensure that he is dead, but I think he was definitely just trying to teach him a lesson, saying, don't mess with the Pykes, or I will do to you what I just did to your friend, because I could have easily done it to you. However, I do think Cobb Vanth isn't going to learn from this, and will show up in the final battle, but he's not who I could see dying, although he could die. I just don't think they tease us with his death to kill him the next episode, and he will show up with the people of Mos Pelgo, like I said, and maybe he even gets a rematch with Cad Bane in the final battle. But Boba and someone else has a more deeper meaning behind a rematch that they could have with Cad Bane, and that other person is Fennec Shand. She fought him in the Bad Batch, and she actually won. So what if this time it's Cad Bane getting his revenge, rather than, say, Cobb Vanth if he were to fight Cad Bane? What if Cad Bane got his revenge on Fennec Shand in the final battle and killed her? Now, this would mean that Boba is furious going into Season 2, because he wants revenge on Cad Bane, and this would make us all very, very excited to see what happens between Boba and Bane in Season 2. This could potentially lead to that Western style duel that I mentioned I would rather see in Season 2. However, killing off Fennec Shand would be very bold. It's probably unlikely, but I could see it happening. So if it does, just remember, I said it first. Now, have you heard of the Star Wars YouTuber Robot Head? Well, he had some things to say about the Book of Boba Fett, so if you want to know what I had to say in response to him, then click the video on the screen right now. We disagreed, to say the least. But yeah, thank you all for watching so much. You're an absolute legend if you made it this far. Please do leave a like if you did enjoy, subscribe if you are new, and goodbye.